Yo, yo, yo! What up, man? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know this your boy AJ, other Deep Thought. I'm back at it again with a brand new video. So yeah, man, y'all know what's going on. As you can see, we is finna talk about this crazy nonsense between Papoose and Remy Ma. So as y'all know, man, Poose and Remy Ma, they have finally came out and said they finna get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? But before that, we already saw the unravelings of it many months later. You feel me? When it was discovered that Remy Ma was messing off with a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? Behind Papoose. And around that time, while she was messing with the battle rapper, talking about Remy Ma, Papoose been trying to holler at Carissa. One thing led to another. Now they together. So Remy Ma has been going on this crazy rant. You know what I'm saying? For the last couple days, I believe. Went live, talked crazy about Papoose and all this stuff. And we just finna get to the bottom of it. So I ain't finna waste none of y'all time, man. Shout out to the videos I'm finna drop today. Shout out to Miss Riva TV and the THPP channel network on YouTube. So we finna check out Miss Riva TV's video first. We're not gonna watch the full video. We just finna check it out real quick. So y'all already know what it is. Everything is fair use. So we finna check this video out, man. We finna get into it.
What are you talking about?
So I said, okay, good. So when she called me the other day, tried to get back with me yesterday, and I declined because she was so mad about Carissa, so angry because I finally moved on. She see us living our life. She talking about doing something for the gram or doing it for this and that. I'm living my life.
Tell your current come up. Don't say nothing about me. Maybe not even say nothing about you.
Definitely would visit when they, everybody got their own lives. So whenever they had time, they came up and visited and supported. But me, I was visiting her every day, focus on my wife. And I just visited her every day. And she used to tell me like, yo, you can't do this. You got to focus on your career. And I was like, yo, I don't care about that. So everything just got worse for me.
When I didn't want a manager anymore, when I didn't want somebody taking 20% out of my check, when I decided that I didn't like being guilt tripped, oh, I was there when nobody else was there. That's the type of people that gets preyed on.
There's finally a better way.
Yeah, we can pass these commercials. But hey, man, it's like this here. I kind of, again, we finna get deep with the video, but the whole situation with Remy Ma and Papoose, I feel like it's going to get way more uglier. It's going to get way more ugly. You know what I'm saying? And correct me if I'm wrong. Do they have kids together? If anyone know, I'm not sure. I haven't really been keeping up with these folks, but I've been paying attention. So y'all tell me, do they have any kids together that I know of? Do y'all know if Remy Ma and Papoose have any children? We're going to get back to the video.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So if you guys are unaware of this entire Remy Ma and Papoose situation, I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys entirely up to speed. So as we know, rapper Remy Ma, famously known for her outbreak song of Lean Back with the group Terror Squad. Obviously the frontrunner of that group was Fat Joe. Rapper Papoose, who is mostly known for his feature on the Touch It remix by Busta Rhymes. This all kind of started when Remy Ma just randomly started to post things on social media exposing the relationship that Papoose was in with, greatest woman of all time boxer Clarissa Shields. So as you can see, there was a series of, texts and posts and DMs and stuff that she was like revealing on social media, basically outing the relationship. However, it had already been previously reported, there was a lot of, speculation and rumors that Remy Ma had already moved on prior to any kind of situation going on between Papoose and Clarissa.
Just found out you was in the help. That could really ruin your image. We talking Michelle, having real. That's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. Go. You wouldn't even think that y'all marriage still had to go through them stages.
And for folks that do not know what's going on, this dude right here with the hat and the ugly ass faded beard. That's the dude that Remy Ma left Papoose for. I think they call him Easy the Block Captain. And he was in a battle. And old boy was roasting him in front of Remy Ma. You see that's Remy Ma in the corner. Man, you can't make this shit up, man. I swear to God. But let's get back to this video.
Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. They held you down in prison for 6 years.
Now we got to address the elephant in the room. Like, get you went crazy. You know, the whole, can we even talk about the whole Easy to Papoose now that he don't talk as much as they talked on the stage? Oh, yes.
His service, the blogs, the past few months.
The blog, okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Now, at that time, it had never been, confirmed or denied that there was anything going on with, Remy Ma and the battle rapper that she was in a relationship with. However, it was, something that I believe that people were hoping was not going to be the truth, or there was no truth to it, because a lot of people who have been there and watched their career know that Remy Ma was actually, sentenced to prison time, and Papoose, not only did he stay with her for, the entire time that she was there, but he would also visit her so much when she was in prison that she had to tell him to, break it up, stay away sometimes, and that she was okay.
He used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
so he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. About 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, so like, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good.
Now, obviously, because of the back and forth that had gone on social media between Clarissa and Remy and Papoose and, the boyfriend and all that, this whole tumultuous situation, most of the time when now either anybody goes on interviews, they're always asked about that situation. So what triggered this, recent altercation between everybody online was the fact that Clarissa Shields was actually on The Breakfast Club and she was promoting one of her upcoming fights. And they asked her questions about Papoose, questions about the Remy Ma situation, and this is what she had to say.
You said there's some things he needs to handle? What do you mean by that?
Say it again?
You said earlier there's some things Pap need to handle?
Oh, I mean, it's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
I don't know.
In his personal life.
Oh,
it's the elephant in the room. Like,
yeah.
But that takes time. And like I said, that's not my place to speak on.
She was also very clear about the fact that, she had no ill will towards Remy Ma at all.
I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't have any ill will toward any women. And I don't have any ill will toward her. You know
so y'all haven't spoke of, no?
No, I mean, she made her post and whatever, and that was about it. But like I said, women are women. They're very emotional creatures.
And, just in my personal opinion, I believe that she was going about it in a way where, she wasn't avoiding or, staying away from any questioning, but she was also trying to be as respectful as she could, while also, speaking about how happy she was within her relationship.
We talk about so many different things, and I'm 30, so we talk about kids and family and stuff like that, but like that still has to be taken care of. But like, once again, it's not it's not for me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not married, So that'll get handled.
Now, the first time that they had any kind of altercation, my standpoint was and still is that Remy Ma and Papoose going at it is one thing, but I always feel like the other two should stay out of it. Okay, because there is years and decades of history between Remy Ma and Papoose, and even if your name is called or whatever, for Clarissa, it's just the respect that this is the mother of his, child, and obviously somebody that he had history with, and to the guy, don't bring up nothing.
So yeah, I was right. They do have a child together, and that is what I want to focus on. That is what I want to focus on. That's why I asked the question, do anyone know whether or not Remy Ma and Papoose had children? I just wanted to see how many people knew. It's very important because it's not really about Papoose and Remy Ma, bro. It's really about their kids. And how messy this whole divorce gonna get. Because the divorce gonna get messy, bro. Like I said, old boy, as you can see, the dude that's with Remy Ma, what his name, Easy, the block captain, he ran his mouth. You feel me? Which resulted in Papoose putting hands on old boy. You feel me? Papoose had confirmed it in so many interviews since this whole situation has came out. And Clarissa, y'all know who Clarissa Shields is. You know what I'm saying? World heavyweight female boxing champion. You feel me? And she's trying to keep herself out of it. But Remy Ma bringing her name up and making her respond. So I feel like with all that's going on, plus the whole social media influence, because you got to think about social media, the kids are going to be affected with this way more than Remy Ma and Papoose will ever will. And I feel like we is only looking at the tip of the iceberg. We really just getting started. But let's get back to the video.
That's the father of her child. You know, that's her ex-husband. And I feel like, you know, when it comes to such intimate matters, I think that the people who are partners in this situation should have, you know, not a lot to say.
Facts.
And so Clarissa going this route, I felt like was the right thing to do. I felt like she didn't say anything that was against the grain. I don't think that she alluded to anything or didn't allude to anything. You know, I believe that she just used her standpoint to express, you know, what she thought the situation was. Yep. Well, Remy Ma didn't take that lightly. Okay, Remy Ma felt, you know, she got very in her feelings. She got very upset. She was not happy about, you know, what it is that Clarissa had to say. And so she went on live stream for about, you know, an hour and a half, you know, ranting about the entire situation and then calling out Papoose and starting to make certain claims.
I've told Papoose. Monday CRM has the best.
Yeah, we're going to pass the commercial. We ain't got time for that. But yeah, man, like I said, Clarissa tried to take the high road. She didn't want to put herself in this nonsense. She knew what it was between her and Papoose. She already knew what it was. So she tried to separate herself. But no, Remy Ma, she couldn't let that go. No, she couldn't let that go. She had to make it an issue. And it's not an issue. It's very understandable. You left Papoose for this battle rapper. Papoose ended up linking up with Clarissa Shields. Game over. Like, bruh, we is sick and tired of hearing this nonsense. Like, this we ain't got time for this drawn out ass story. We already know what it is. Man, let's get back to this video, bro. I'm just, man, we finna get into it, man. We ain't got time for this nonsense.
I told them, why don't you tell this stuff? Why don't you tell your current come up? Cause that's what it is. Tell your current come up. Don't say nothing about me. Maybe not even say nothing about you until shit is what it is. Nobody shouldn't have any ill will towards me because I ain't do nothing to nobody. Nobody. And the whole situation should have any ill will towards me. Nobody. I literally told him, every time your current come up says my name or does something that I feel is trying to attack me in any type of way, I'ma drag you. I'm going to drag you. And I haven't even been dragging them.
Now, let me give you guys my opinion. Okay, I'm going to state out everything and continue to show you clips and the back and forth and all that. But let me just tell you my opinion. My opinion is I just personally feel that Remy Ma regrets cheating on Papoose.
Facts.
Okay, that's just my feeling, my opinion. I could be wrong.
Facts.
That's my opinion. Let me tell you why that's my opinion. The reason why I think that's how she feels is because somebody who is over it, doesn't want to be bothered, would not pay attention to anything. Exactly. Wouldn't care, wouldn't comment, wouldn't state, wouldn't talk about, wouldn't expose.
Exactly. If you and Papoose is over, and you don't care for him no more, you got who you want, why give a damn about him being with who he with? No matter if it's Clarissa Shields or anyone. Hell, Papoose could have got back with anyone. Hell, he could have been single. So why in the world would you get so upset about him moving on? If you already have moved on, why care? Because you missing the fact that Papoose was actually there for you. Now, I'm going to keep it all the way 100. This is out of respect, out of love. This is not no diss to Papoose. You feel me? This is no not to bro. But I feel like when he did what he did, meaning, you know, holding Remy Ma down and shit when she went to prison all the many years ago, I felt like when he did that, that right there is what Remy Ma saw. If you know what I mean, like, I felt like she didn't really respect Papoose when he did that. And you can kind of tell because she did the interview talking about the first year, you know, when she got locked down, Papoose was visiting her every day, like literally every single day. He was visiting her to the point where she had to tell him to go on, man. I'm going to be good. I'm in here. I'm good. You need to get on with your life. You feel me? So from that indication, that already done made me see stuff in a different perspective. Like, yeah, she probably never respected Papoose from the beginning, bro. She may not love him. She may have loved him. You feel me? I'm not saying she didn't care for the dude, but what I'm saying is I feel like she never respected him. And I think we keep watching this video, you're going to see what I mean. But let's get back to the video, though.
I mean, you're just you're punching the air. That my air, I've never breathed so freely in my life. Okay?
If you are talking about the fact, which I'm going to play the clip in a second, that she talked about how she, you know, moved on and she was so far removed from the situation, and, you know, whatever the situation was where, you know, when she stopped wanting to be in a relationship with him, she stopped wanting him to be her manager or whatever the case is, and decided to do her after she already moved on. If that's the case, then what was the need for you to out him of his relationship with Clarissa?
I moved on. And when I woke up one day and got tired of taking care of people and protecting them and maintaining their image, that's when everybody was mad. That's when everybody was pissed off.
If you had already moved on, why make it seem like he was cheating on you, sneaking and creeping behind your back if you were already actively in a new relationship?
Right.
I believe it's because she did not think that he was actually going to move on
exactly
as fast and as effectively as he did.
Facts.
With someone who she stated from in the past that she admired.
Definitely would visit when they, you know, everybody got their own lives. So whenever they had time, they came up and visited and supported. But me, I was visiting her every day, focus on my wife. And I just visited her every day. And she used to tell me like, yo, you can't do this. You got to focus on your career. And I was like, yo, I don't care about that. So everything just got worse for me.
I think she thought that he was going to, you know, just stand there and wait around, and she thought that he was going to be suffering, as a lot of women think. A lot of women have this mentality that, oh, you know, if I leave him, he can't get nobody else, and the only person that's going to move on is me, and he's going to be sad and suffering and crying. And when she see this big old smile on this man's face and he walking around very happy, that irritated her. That made her so upset that she said, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and tarnish her image, which she continuously goes on a campaign of trying to do.
Exactly.
When I didn't want a manager anymore, when I didn't want somebody taking 20% out of my check and I still pay all the bills anymore, when I decided that I didn't like being guilt tripped. Oh, I was there when nobody else was there. That's the type of people that gets preyed on.
You know what's crazy to me is that that's something that money can't buy. The solace that he provided her when she was in jail for 8 years. I believe it was 8 years. Yep. Okay, if it wasn't 8, it was 6. Long time. The solace that this man provided her
held her down
during that time that she was there. He was basically doing the time with her.
Yep, he held her down.
So if you then come out and start treating him a certain way, disrespecting him, and he's reminding you of the time that he spent doing what he did to support you and to assist you and to, effectively be there for you, I think he has the right to bring it up.
Big facts.
And you talking about the fact that he's getting a cut, you guys are married. It's supposed to be my money is his money is my money.
When you first got locked up, you and Pat wasn't married yet.
No.
So did you know that he was going to be there and stand up the way he stood up?
No.
Therapy has always...
But yet, you decide to stay with him. And this is exactly why I always tell my young brothers, man, know yourself, understand yourself, and most of all, love yourself. Because a lot of these females would try you if given the opportunity. I'm just going to be honest. And of course, I'm not talking about all women, but there are women with the mindset like Remy Ma that would try you. And truth be told, she tried Papoose. He felt for it. But now he has woken up. And he ended up finding somebody that actually cares for him. So, we're finna go and get back to the video. We're gonna get ready and wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? I am not finna be too long with this video. Shout out to Miss Reva TV, man, for the video, for sure, man. All rights go back to her. Let's get back to it.
I just feel like a lot of these girls, come out, have these situations where they watch these other people on social media, they watch these other lifestyles, they watch, what other people got going on, and decide that they want those situations instead, and then turn their back on the person that has been there for them.
Facts.
A lot of women do it. It's no different than the situation with Tia Mowry and Corey Hardrick, where Tia was complaining to Jackie Harry that, Corey wasn't working and Corey this and Corey that. Mind you, they had kids together. Mm-hmm. Tia Mowry had already been an actress, same way that Remy Ma had already been an established artist. Mm-hmm. But when Tia had kids, she expected Corey to be there with the kids instead of focusing on his acting career.
Right.
I might say somebody else was dissatisfied because they weren't working.
No, I know you're absolutely right.
One partner makes more money or has more success. There's a gap that is so hard and it can't. And you can't stop your career because you want to even it out.
It's the same thing that happened with Papoose. Papoose had a whole entire bright career that he could have poured into, but in my opinion, it seemed that he felt that he would have been, guilty to move forward on his own behalf because his wife is in jail behind bars.
Exactly. Which is why I said he has finally woken up. That goes to show you how long Papoose really has been asleep for real. Because think about it. If you came up in that era, you know how hot Papoose was. Papoose was a hot rapper at one point, but the Remy Ma stuff came. They ended up being together. Wasn't even married yet, bro. Held her down. And she did 8 years, by the way. She did 8 years in prison. He held her down. Literally. Like, he literally held her down till she came out. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man.
Let me take care of the kids and let me be here and support her. You can't pay for that. You can't pay for that kind of loyalty. You can't pay for that type of support. You cannot pay for that.
Nope.
If so, she'd be forever indebted.
Next time society, instantly, they didn't give her a chance to pack her crib up, situate her son or anything. So I had to do all of that.
Now, again, if you are saying that from May 2022, the two of you guys were never in, you guys weren't even sleeping in the same room, and it could have never been infidelity that was the cause of any kind of demise in the relationship, because he had been cheating on you since you were locked away, or whatever the case is. Again, that would mean that you are clearly bothered about the situation if you felt the need to post it on social media.
You refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that.
Again, because that even further fuels the fact that you feel some type of way that he moved on. Because if you did not feel any type of way and it was already open, you moved on, you're so happy, he moved on, he's so happy, the two of you are happy in separate places. If that's the case, from 2022, you brought it up in 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And only when he moved on. You didn't bring it up when...
I'm going to read some of this. And we're going to get ready and wrap everything up. So this is Remy Ma calling herself exposing Papoose, showing all the text messages. I'm going to just read some of it. I'm not going to read all of it. It says, it got Remy Ma. It said, Papoose, you effing dummy. Hey, Miss Shields. He took your advice, but not before I screenshot y'all convo. Oh, he was getting me arrested. The woman that never blanked off on him in 17 years. While plotting with one of his chicks to try to destroy me. The same woman that could have been used my platform to expose you. I got all your pics and messages from the chicks while I was away and he was holding me down. Hashtag, whatever that means. We're going to pass that. Then it says sidebar. He about to say he wrote me rhymes, imagine that, and if anything sexual leaks about me, it was him, cause he threatened that too.
When you moved on, you didn't talk about or out yourself when you moved on, and he didn't out you either.
Right.
You brought it up. You said something.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because what? Social media was talking about the whole Papoose and Remy Ma situation before we really got to this point. People didn't really know where it was going on. And like I said, Remy Ma and Papoose kept quiet, but eventually everything started to unravel. Next thing you know, you see her with this, man look like Odell Beckham in the face. But anyway, like I said, this whole situation crazy, man. We finna wrap this up, bro.
And I'm going to say this, I maybe some people might agree with me, maybe they might not agree with me, but the whole, talking about Papoose and what he did when she was away, whatever the case is, this is just my personal opinion. Even if he did mess with or deal with, so what? Okay? I'm sorry. So what?
Because guess what? I'm such a real one. I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home and I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying though.
And he was still taking care of your kids. He was still taking care of all of your affairs. He was still taking care of you. You're the one, again, who said out of your mouth that he was visiting you so much, you had to tell him to stop.
He used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
so he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. About 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good.
Remy had also posted these text messages. And it was, it looks like somebody sending him something and, her covering up the situation and whatever the case is. And, the only thing that I'm seeing in these text messages is the person texting and looking like they're talking to themselves. Okay. I'm not seeing any response. I'm not seeing, anything being mentioned. There's a lot of things that are covered, and also the fact that you have these messages from 2014 is kind of strange.
Exactly.
Like, were you holding on to this to prove something to somebody else? Like, what would be the reason that you...
And again, before I end this video, Pap cheating on you, whatever. Why was you still married to him? Why was you still with him? Why not call it off so many years ago rather than dragging it on now? I'm just saying. We're finna go and wrap this up, man. Shout out to Miss Reva Reva TV. Shout out to her channel, man. Much love go out to her. I will leave the links down in the bottom of my description below, man. So before I get up out of here, man, I just want to say this about the whole situation. Didn't want this video to get any longer, but I'm gonna say this and I'm done. Papoose finally woken up. He finally woke up and realized that Remy Ma never really cared for him for real. I'm just gonna say it like it is. They got history, but with all this stuff going on, she never really respected him. Let's keep it all the way real. And Remy Ma is mad at the fact that he finally has woken up and moved on. You feel what I'm saying? This is why she going so hard, even though everything came out about you first. No, you came out on Pap. Pap ain't never came out on you. So, hey, man, this your boy AJ. Other Deep Thought. I will see y'all in the next video, man. Make sure y'all keep up with the channel, man. If you like this video, make sure you check out the other videos. Hit that like button, that subscribe button if you wanna get tapped in with the Deep Thought, man. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. One love.